Now, given the critical acclaim and the warm fan response to the likes of us, I think it was pretty reasonable to expect that the latest Big Big Train album was going to be one of the most anticipated releases in the world of progressive rock this year. Now, not once to disappoint, the band has indeed returned with what appears to be another excellent addition to their catalog. And I was joined once again by the delightful Alberto Bravin, singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and really cool dude, to talk about their latest release, Woodcut. And that wide-ranging and surprising conversation is coming right up. Joining me today, we have multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, and now producer, Alberto Bravin of Big Big Train. Hello. Alberto, welcome to Bleeding Edge Interviews. Thank you for joining me. I hope I at least came close to getting the accent correct.
It was perfect. Yeah, it was perfect. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Hello.
Hello. It's good to see you again, my friend.
Yep.
So, curious, big things going on with Big Big Train, of course. The new album is out, getting rave reviews from everything I've seen, and certainly per my own assessment. When we last met, you were the new guy in the band. You were picking up the role of lead vocalist, contributing your own lyrics at that time and compositions to an album that ended up having a lot of significant emotional weight to it. Now, of course, this time around, I can't help but notice that you've graduated to producer. So my first thought was there a coup? But then it occurred to me, it's also possible that this was decided to be a self-produced album. Maybe they've always been. No, I don't think so, actually, now that I think about it. Tripping myself up with my memory.
All right.
But maybe nobody else really wanted the job, so they dumped it on the new guy.
Yeah.
What's the real story?
Well, the real story, it's that I didn't realize I was the producer until the album was done, actually. So the idea in Big Big Train, and I was told this from day one, is that who's bringing the song is the producer of the song.
Yes.
So that's the overall rule that we have. Like everybody who is like, I have this song, so I am kind of producing the song because I have not less word. I mean, we are in democracy in the band, of course, and we want to do good. So, but whoever bringing the song to the band is in charge to choose some stuff about the song. This time actually was a little bit different because the idea of the concept and the idea of this like 60 minutes music stream that we had in our mind from the beginning, it needed a little bit of like an umbrella.
Yeah.
So someone who took care of putting the stuff together and make it work in some way, and having a lot of people doing it in a kind of primordial moment. It was a little bit difficult because you need just to change stuff and move and copy and paste and change the key of one song and the other. So making like weird decisions. So I took care of it at the beginning, and actually I never stopped until the end of the job, actually. So I kind of produced it because I think I had in my mind from the start, I had this idea of the album as a unique piece of music from start to finish. And even if I didn't have music or lyrics or the story, I had this, this kind of idea in my mind. And I thought everybody trusted me, and I'm thankful for that. It could have been a disaster. I mean, I worked so hard to make it work that the first time I presented to the other guys, I said, "Oh, this is maybe it's bad." I mean, everybody will say like, what have you done? No way, no. Instead, everybody was happy about it, and then we worked together, of course, on the actual album.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's amazing. That's funny because I know, like, one of the things I had in my mind as a question was to ask what it was like to assume that burden of power. And it feels like, I guess, in the end, you didn't realize you did until it was done. How did it feel in retrospect when you look back and realize, holy crap, I did the whole thing?
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we finished the album, mixed, and we were talking about the artwork for the album, for the CD, and for the vinyl and stuff.
Right.
And we were bouncing back and forth some ideas, and Greg sent me like an idea, and it was produced by Alberto Bravin. So I said, I texted him. I said, "Am I the producer of the album?" Of this album? He said, "I think you are." So, all right, okay. Actually, I did what a producer is. Well. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wrote a piece on my Substack about about the role of the producer. Actually, that could be like everything. I mean, the producer can not touching a note and just saying ideas, or being involved in the composition and in the arrangements and stuff. It can be like it's a wide kind of role, actually. So, but yeah, I did a little bit of everything there.
Amazing. And that's funny as you bring that up. Just recently did a new little thing here with my channel. It was a group discussion. We talked about the pros and cons of self-producing. Randy McStein was our guest on that one.
Oh, Randy,
I'm sitting there thinking, if it weren't for the timing, because we had to do it much later than you were going to be up. Well, maybe you're up 24/7. You're getting that all album done by yourself. But yes, that was a fun conversation. I'm sure you would have had some great insights. I have to think, of course, this and one, glad to know you have a Substack. I must go find that and subscribe.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Two, it certainly occurs to me, this is not your first go around producing music at all, I'm sure, and you probably brought a lot to it, right?
Well, I mean, not officially. I mean, officially is my first credit as a producer of an album. Actually,
wow.
I in the past I recorded, I mixed, I did a bunch of stuff, but not really producing a thing. And actually, I mean, it was so really not easy, but easy to be the producer there with my band and doing, I think, the album that I always dreamt to do. So this is the album that I was, it was always in my mind doing an album like this. I mean, I like it. I mean, I enjoyed doing it, and I love it. So I hope people will love it as I do. So yeah.
That seems to be the reaction so far that I'm getting. I certainly would not have guessed this was your first time. Yeah, it's for you. For a first timer, you're a prodigy.
Well, thank you, but I don't think so. But
fair enough. It's interesting to note too that Big Big Train is classified as a progressive rock band, and usually a band that's been around 3 decades plus. Will have done a narrative concept album by now, but this is the first one for Big Big Train, and
it is.
For me, that raises some questions. One, why now? Two, what inspired it, and how did it transpire that the band came to the decision to go forward with this idea?
So, I mean, in the past, the band has done a couple of kind of conceptual album, more like theme based album, like Folklore or Grand Tour was one of them. Also, the likes of us. I mean, the last one, it had like a kind of a theme around is like when you're a child and you're. I mean, it was like a really intense thing, but those were songs, like single songs. This time, I mean, we were thinking about the concept thing, like, so maybe the next one would be like maybe a concept, then maybe like a more heavy album, or maybe like a more dark album or something. We were talking about it, but actually the spark was, we were in Norway, in Oslo, me and Greg. We just woke up early, as we do usually on tour, and we went to see the Munch museum, the painter. And actually, I didn't know that he also made a lot of. Oh, that's a nice cup.
Thank you. Didn't mean to distract you.
Yeah, no. So we were there, and he actually made a lot of woodcuts that I didn't know, Greg didn't know, and there was like a section of the museum about his woodcut. So I knew what a woodcut was, but I didn't know the name in English, actually. So we were looking at the pieces and stuff, and said like, "Oh, this is really nice." And I read woodcut, and I just looked at Greg, and he was reading woodcut, and we said, "Oh, this is a title of a concept album." That was the spark. We had no music, no lyrics, no story, nothing. It was just that word that just put the idea in our mind. And from there, we said like, oh, this is really interesting. I mean, for like doing the woodcut, you need to carve the negative to print the positive. So yin and yang, major, minor. I mean, you black and white, whatever. You can go forever with this. Said, oh, this is really interesting story or a concept. And then at first, I think the first idea we had, like having a story about an artist. It was actually Munch. That was the idea, because he had like a really interesting story, kind of like a dark story, weird love story. So it was really interesting because we were there at the museum. So we were like reading all the stuff, said, oh, this is great. Then we said, no, let's create our own artist, our own character. And so we can make the story that we want. And so the concept was born there. And I think we shared it immediately with the other guys and said, like, we had this idea randomly. We were there and said, this is like, it's going to be called Woodcut. And it's going to tell a story about an artist that is, I don't know, a little bit struggling and finding, and it's going to be dark, and it's going to be this and that. And we didn't have music. So then everybody contributed to the music, having the concept in mind. So it was a good process, actually.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I love love that creative process, that inspirational process, that when something comes out of that, because a lot of times you get like this, a lot of great stuff. Now, it's interesting because most of the time with a narrative concept album of this type, like the story is usually, oftentimes, at least in my experience, the brainchild of one person, maybe two people working together. But this one truly feels like a band effort. I mean, we've got lyrics credited to at least 4 people.
Yeah.
Certainly seems Claire is represented more than she's ever been before.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a side note, she's got a lovely way of writing with just an economy of words that she's able to say, I think, so much, so beautifully and yet so directly. It's quite impressive. Really enjoyed her stuff. How did you guys pull all this together as a group, writing one story?
Yeah, so she, first of all, Claire did an amazing job here, because she not only brought one of the strongest songs, I think, of the album, The Sharpest Blade. That was like a kind of a folky idea she had in mind, and she, I think, sent it to me like a WhatsApp note, like voice note, and it was like, oh, this is really like kind of a dark folk thing that maybe the band never really did in the past. So I thought this is really interesting, and because the artist is a woodcutter, having like a dark folk thing, I don't know, sounded perfect. Yeah. And so we started from there, and but then I think at the beginning, Greg said, I think I need to ask, have a contribution from someone else in the band for the lyrics. Because it's like writing, it's like Lennon McCartney. I mean, you challenge yourself with the music. Yeah. And when Paul was, writing, yesterday, then John wanted to write something better than that one. So you just go back and forth and you challenge between yourself to find something even always better. Yeah. So it wasn't, I think Greg asked Claire if she was comfortable to do this, and she was, I think, really, really happy to do it. At the beginning, I said, I think when we were talking about the lyrics, I said, like, let's be really careful here, because people, and also us, the band, we are so used to Greg's lyrics that are part of the Big Big Train sound and Big Big Train world, that having someone else, or David's lyrics too, but having someone else doing it could have been a little bit dangerous or sounded weird. So I said, like, let's remember that we are Big Big Train. The kind of the lyrics that we use. Let's keep it Big Big Train-ish. And she, of course, understood perfectly the thing. And I think if you listen to the songs and you're reading the lyrics, you cannot tell who wrote what. If it's Claire or Greg. So that was the goal. Not it's a story. It's an overall thing. It had to be kind of also the lyrics should have been some idea through all the album. All
right. Yeah. Now, was it up to you as producer to kind of act as the editor as well, in a certain sense of maintaining cohesion for the various songs and lyrics and all?
No, they did it. I was just a pain in the ass when I was singing, and sometimes some words were super weird to sing. I said, can we change this word or this or that? And we did actually. But no, I received the lyrics, actually was the last thing. When we recorded the album, we had no lyrics, kind of, at all. It was just me singing fake words on the songs. And then when I received the lyrics to actually sing the album, they were perfect. Actually, they were, nice. Yeah, we didn't change a lot, like a word, maybe sometimes a word just to, can we try to put another vowel on that note, because it sounds weird to me. Yeah. It was like this kind of mods.
Yeah. I can relate a little bit on occasion. Not all of my stuff is scripted, but I do script some things, and at times I only realize in trying to say it smoothly that what I wrote is god awful, and that's
sounds weird, right?
Yeah. I have bloopers somewhere of me just going on complaining about how terrible my writing is. Now, as part of this, my understanding is that you had a rather daunting task, and that was you had to pull together like over 400 tracks to make this an album. I don't have a basis for comparison, but oh my God, that sounds amazingly complex and deep. And then I got to thinking, like, gee, at some point in time, was there ever a moment where you felt you could almost become like the story's protagonist and get lost in your own personal woodcut?
Oh, well, that's the story. I mean, all of us can relate to this story. And actually, I was thinking the other day, I mean, it's not just the musicians or any artist, actually a writer or whatever, a painter or whatever, but also a listener. If you think about it, sometimes you put your headphones and you're listening to something and you are so involved in that, I don't know, to understand what you're listening or just enjoying what you're listening, that you kind of feel in another dimension. Yeah. And you maybe lose the passing of time and whatever, and you're not thinking about your life, but you're thinking about another life or whatever the music is telling you. So it's a universal message, I think, a universal story where anyone can relate, actually. And right. I do. I mean, there was there was a song that was on the original demo of the album that was my song, actually. And in the studio, we just kind of deleted and rewrite it completely, because I mean, at that point of the story, we needed something else. So, I mean, and I was happy with my song, but actually the goal there is the album. So the music first, and we needed something else, and the song is that point in the album, and that was completely rewrote together around the piano. We were around the piano and we trying to change chords and stuff, and we completely wrote it in the studio. So yeah, you feel, I mean, even with the mix, I mean, the mix is never finished. It's just abandoned. You just abandon the mix. You're just saying, or the album or the recording or whatever. You just say, I think that's enough. Because you will always want to change something, or you're not satisfied with something. It's a loop.
Yeah. Well, that's the old artist's trope, right? That they're never, never totally satisfied and never really totally finished. They just eventually stop working on it.
Yeah. You stop working and you say, this needs to be heard now from someone else and not me.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that sounds like an amazing bit of work to pull all of that together, and it was fun to me to hear.
It was fun. It was hard. Hard, but fun. Yeah.
Now, we haven't talked about it so far. So for those that are going to be watching this that maybe don't know the story, can you give us a synopsis real quickly of what it's about?
So it's a story of an artist it's kind of struggling to have kind of success, or not success, but just doing something that satisfies him. And he gave it a try with the last piece of art, that in our case it's a woodcut. Yeah. And doing this, he is involved in doing this kind of his last piece, that he kind of jump in another dimension. And I mean, it's, and as I said, you can relate totally whoever you are, and also in a normal life. I mean, whoever had some hard times doing something that is satisfying you, or you're happy to do it, daily jobs or whatever it is, and you can relate to the story. And it takes a kind of a dark twist.
Yes.
And but that was from the beginning. We said like this should be like kind of a little darker album, and I think we made it. And but it has like it's like a kind of not of a joyful ending, but it just at the end is just the vocals just asking to the listener, what will you do
Right.
if you were in this scenario? So it is. I mean, it's we try to make it a little twist there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting in that way. Like it's really a very, I thought, unique and fascinating tale that's being told. It's got like a little bit of its own Narnia twist, I would say, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
May have
It is
described
like a Pinocchio thing,
Yeah.
and The Exorcist a little bit.
And yeah, and as much as it's got there as far as the meat of the story, there's also, I think, a good bit that can be left open to be interpreted by the individual listener. Was that the intent, to leave the gray areas so that somebody could figure out for themselves what they think this is a tale about?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't write the lyrics, so Claire and Greg are, of course, more involved on that kind of process. But I think so that the thing to let the story be a little bit open to interpretations or personal relations with the story. I think it was thought, and it's always really interesting when you are. I mean, if you can relate to the story and you can make your own interpretation of the story. It's always good with a movie or with a book or whatever.
Yeah. So it's a very, very cool concept, and I really dig it. And I
thank you.
That enjoyed that. Is for your part, I guess, and I know you didn't write the lyrics, but maybe the band had some thoughts. But I'm curious: is there any particular message that you hope the listener would take away from the experience of listening to the album?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I think you need to listening through the album. I think you need to just enjoy the story, and then ask yourself, what will you do if you are struggling to something, and find a way to I don't know. Not make it past, actually, because it's not gonna go away when you're struggling with something. You just need to, I think, to learn to deal with it. So just find a way to deal with it, and I think that's the main thing. Yeah.
I know sometimes stories have a little bit of a moral to them, and sometimes they're just stories. And
they're just stories. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we have the the weight to to be able to tell someone what to do. I mean, this is a fantasy story, and if you can relate, that's good. You make it your own. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So I'm curious, and I don't know what your perspective is, and I think I've seen a couple of advanced reviews talking about this as well. I don't know if it's my imagination, but it strikes me that it seems like on this album, the band might be rocking a little harder than they have traditionally. Is that your perception? What do you think?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, if you think about the band before my time, never really played live a lot. There were like a couple of gigs, a little tour, but nothing really big, and nothing outside the UK. Actually, we were Lorelei, but it was the only one the only gig outside the UK, actually. So now we are actually a live band, a live rocking band. So I think that was a pretty normal kind of move towards the rock thing, because playing the songs live, we try always to get a little bit more energy and something more rocking and grooving and whatever when you're playing live. So being at first writing the songs, but then being in the studio together, actually it was really, really normal to just rock out and and trying to find. I mean, the song Sharpest Blade, Claire's song, actually didn't have the kind of Black Sabbath finale thing. That riff was written in the studio, where we said, like, I think we need something heavier here to finish the song. And so I think we asked Rickard. I said, Rickard, do you have a Sabbath groove there? And of course he had. He had 1,000 of those. But we just went for a little bit more, rocky. It's not metal, I mean, but it's a little bit more rock, rock approach. And I think that it's just what the band is now, and we enjoying rocking. So, yeah.
So I want to check too, as you're talking about this, I'm checking. I want to hear correctly, because it feels like it's a comparatively rare thing anymore. Did you guys actually all get together and record this in the studio?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! It feels like so many people are emailing tracks back and forth anymore.
Yeah,
I think that's amazing, and that's cool.
It is. I mean, we already did it with the likes of us. It was actually we were in my hometown in the studio. We recorded everything together.
I did not
this time we were in the US. We were at Sweetwater at the studio in Fort Wayne in Indiana, where Nick DeVirgilio lives, actually. And well, first of all, that place, it's a candy store. It's crazy. I mean, the studio is beautiful. There is like everything you can imagine. And if they don't have it in the studio, they go to the store and bring it in the studio. So like whatever piece of gear you want, is there, and it's working and ready to go. So we actually had like, the big room with the drum set up and bass rig and guitar with tons of amplifiers, all mic'd, and a keyboard world with real Hammond, Rhodes, Wurlitzer, clavinets, a mini Moog, the Grand Coda piano. Everything was mic'd. Everything was played. I think we actually didn't use MIDI for the keyboards at all on this album. Everything it's actually played. And I was more the producer there, just like a crazy guy saying, "Oh, try this, try that," and playing some stuff together. And then we tracked everything there. And then I tracked the vocals at Rob Aubrey's studio in Southampton. After that, because we didn't have lyrics actually. So, we needed, because we were actually touring. So we toured. And then we switched to the studio mode for 10 days. And then we had another gig in Portugal coming back. So it was a little stressful moment, but actually being in the room together, it's just another thing.
Yeah,
and
it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel it. I mean, that it's not actually, we recorded to a click track, because you're crazy if you're not doing that in 2026 actually. But actually, I programmed the click track like moving during the songs. So actually, and then, I mean, you have Nick DeVirgilio playing on a click track. It's like you don't have a click track. He's grooving like, I mean, he is
your click track.
he is one of the greatest of all time. So, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. And so, I mean, there's a little tricks to make it more human, more organic, and and that's what we want in an AI world.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Nothing against AI, but but I don't know. We like prog, we like metal, we like rock
Right.
music. It's just we like that things.
No, nothing against AI. I will not disparage my future machine overlords.
Exactly.
I wish to be treated well.
Yeah.
But it's funny as you talk about that too, because I think one of the biggest things that struck me about this album, and a word that has kept coming back to my mind, is cohesion, and the idea of the band, this being a full band effort, this being everybody together, and as much as I loved the likes of us, like that was my top album of that year. It all of a sudden I look at that and I go, that feels like that was Prelude. Like this is you guys really coming together as a unit, and the fact that you recorded in the studio, I think almost certainly has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
And I'm curious how you would describe the contrast between the band you joined for the likes of us and the band that created this album.
Well, I mean, during the likes of us, I think we were a little bit more careful. The band was a little bit more careful of what we will release there. Yeah. Because, I was the new guy. Everybody was, of course, used to one kind of voice. I am different. I'm another guy with another voice and another story and from another country. So yeah. everything was against that actually. So, but I think we were careful, but we played it. I think we played it well. Put it out. Kind of a big train album that was like everybody could relate to the sound. There was nothing crazy or nothing completely out of the comfort zone, I think. This time, and it was nothing planned or thought or whatever, but we just tried a little bit to just go a little bit out of the comfort zone and doing some maybe rocking a little bit more, creating a story, using some different sounds, something that actually it's the image of the band today. So there was nothing really planned or an evil plot. It was just who we are now. Yeah. We wrote the songs because we had the concept. I put it together and we went to the studio and just play. So that what the band sounds now. And as I said, because we have now more than 60 or whatever gigs in our past, so it's like that, and of course we'll divide. It will divide the maybe the people, the fans. Maybe it's but I don't know. I hope not. Yeah, I hope they will enjoy it.
I would be shocked if it did, to be perfectly honest. It's still very much big train, but it's also, if you think about it, the band has changed membership-wise significantly in the last 5 years, both completely intentionally and due to circumstances. So when I think about it, like, it's really a different band than was operating in, say, 2019.
Yeah, and also, because we toured and we lived together for months during the tours and stuff, we know each other now so well. Because during the tour, I think we are all nice people and normal professional people. So we know, and we have. I have me, NDV, Ricard. Everybody had quite of like a past of touring, actual touring. So we know how to behave on a tour. But when you're on tour, you talk about life. You drink a beer together, so you know each other really, really deep. Sometimes you go in some deep conversation. So now it's a really tight band. Where I cannot speak from the past, of course, but they were not touring; they were just recording in the studio. So that it's a different feeling.
Yeah,
they did it perfectly. I mean, they did some masterpieces there, but the I don't know, the play between us.
Yeah.
It's now. I think you can feel it in the actual recording that is. People playing the songs and it's again not planned. It's just we like each other, so
it's organic, and that's what I think
it
feels
is.
like
It
so
is.
much of it is.
Yeah.
I can flash back to our first conversation when you talked about how kind the band was, how embracing they were of you coming in.
Yeah.
And your description of them left me with this perception of a band that is very much filled with people that have a lot of empathy. And I think that contributes to this bonding that, to my perception, both musically and what you described, clearly has occurred. And I think that has only enhanced the music in many ways and helped you guys create this. Like, first time you came in, it was, you guys all had good, solid, professional working relationships, and you were able to work as a band. Now it feels like it's more than that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not an easy thing. You need a lot of luck to find the people.
Yeah,
because of course there is a lot of professional musicians and crazy talented musicians around the world. So finding someone that can play or can sing or can write or can do whatever, it's not easy. But I mean, you have like a big possibility to find that. But finding someone who can do all of this and being also a nice guy or a nice girl, that's not that easy, actually. Not just because you cannot relate to the other guys. I mean, it's a normal thing. I mean, you can and you're not only work with those people, and you're not only being together for a couple of hours, but you are in the tour bus for a month. You need to be pretty okay, or there's problems, and problems then take you to another kind of conversation that it's not what you want. And so we like enjoying our company and with a nice glass of something and be ourselves. So that's.
You need to finish that month in the bus without wanting to smother somebody with a pillow, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, you don't want that. No, no.
Well, I'm glad for you that you found this wonderful working relationship. I'm glad for the band, and I'm glad for those of us that get to hear the results of it. So that's been a wonderful thing to see happening. You've mentioned the word a couple of times, so of course the obligatory question about what are the band's plans for touring? I know there were some dates I've seen published. I don't recall exactly when they were, but
so we're going to Cruise to the Edge again this year. It's going to be our third Cruise to the Edge with the Big Train, and my fifth actually, because
nice.
I was there with PFM in the past twice. Good. So it's always a crazy thing to do, and super fun, and you meet people and fans and artists, and you're kind of your heroes. So it's crazy.
I need to make a point of being there next year. There were reasons.
Oh, you should.
And this year coming up, I'll be in your home country actually about the time that you would be on that. Yeah. Finally going to get to Italy for the first time. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So before that, we are playing in actually a warm-up gig in Southampton at the 1865, March 1st. It's actually sold out. Well, super cool. And we have Solstice opening for us, and also Ross Jennings from Haken doing an acoustic thing. Yeah, it's gonna be super, super fun. So that will be, I can't wait to do that. Yeah. And so we do the Cruise to the Edge, and then we have a break, and then we're doing an actual tour, a European tour in the autumn, and we're doing UK, all over the place, and then Europe and Germany and Switzerland. We play in Italy. We did 2 gigs in Italy, and then we finished again in London. We are playing the Shepherd's Bush Empire. That is actually a big deal for us. We hope, to do it well. We will record the show, so I hope people will show up and enjoy the show that we will do.
Yeah. All right. So that probably tells me I got to give some thought to somehow or other getting to Europe in the fall, because I gotta worry you might be. It might be. It's the word I'm looking for.
Please. Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about coming to the U.S. for financial reasons and other reasons. I don't know. It sounds like that's happening.
Well, I mean, so the plan is to come back to the U.S. in 2027. That it's the idea. I mean, we did it last time, and it was really cool. We really enjoyed, and I mean, we want to expand our audience for what we can. So I mean, coming there and playing, it's always good. And sometimes the cruise lets you, because you are already there, because we are a big band. So moving all the people, it's tricky sometimes. So we need to be really aware to the logistic, and of course the money thing to get it through, because all the visas and stuff, it's for a band, it's really expensive to come to the US. But we want to do it, and the plan is for 2027. Nothing confirmed, nothing there, but the idea is to come back and play there.
That'd be awesome. I'll keep my fingers crossed. I might have, but for timing, would have been up there to see you, because I'm in South Jersey. You guys played in North Jersey when you were here last time, so I would have been there if not for timing. I had conflicts and couldn't make it. Like, oh well.
Doing the West Coast, it's always a little bit tricky. But East Coast, it's even a little bit easier.
Can be sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Well, Alberto, it's been my pleasure talking with you, my friend. Always enjoyed that. I'm glad I got to do it again, and I wish all of you the best. I think you're going to find that the reaction to the album is going to be very, very positive.
Hope so.
So far, everything I've seen has been glowing. I am not kidding when I've seen at least one person throw out the word masterpiece. So you guys have done some good work here.
I hope so. Yeah. We put a lot of effort. So
clearly. So it shows in the final product. So I wish you the best with the album. I wish you the best with the tour. Be safe when you're out there. And thank you once again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you.
All right, so I think the folks at Big Big Train have another winner on their hands, and I think it's in no small part due to the guy I just spoke to. Many thanks once again to the wonderful and charming Alberto Bravin for joining me. All the best to you, Alberto, and the rest of the band. I'm hoping to see you all in person real soon. Now, once again, the album is Woodcut. It's due out February 6th, just a few days from now. If you're impatient and you still want to put a pre-order in, I've included a link in the description. And please take a moment, drop your comments. Let me hear from you Big Big Train fans. What do you all think of the latest opus from the band? Do you plan to catch them on tour if you can? Or hey, just drop in and share some BBT love. And if you enjoyed this interview, take a moment, give it a like, maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. That would be awesome. Until next time, this is me telling you to hang loose and never fear to deviate from the norm and keep it proggy.